you looking for answers about extraterrestrials or maybe the true meaning of life? Then you have come to the right place. Welcome to the Ivan Teller online broadcast. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. And for more details, please visit ivanteller.com and learn more about your galactic families.
Greetings all. Welcome to tonight's brief galactic channeling, galactic messages. Tonight will be a Yahyel, and that's all we know. So, just get started, and I'll catch you later. Blessings to all. Blessings to the universe. All right. See you later. Yes, this is rare for me. Rare for friends of mine. Those that are curious to do this, but have not quite gave it a shot. My name is Gunther. I'm a Yahyel, filled with spirituality. Yes, health is one thing that we care about, but also social issues on your world. Those who wish to conduct violence, we don't condone your violence. We understand your situation, but we wish to help avoid these situations. By not letting your ego take over your mind and press you into negative actions. Understand, negativity is a test. It does not mean you must fall into its trappings, because it leads to prison gang controversies. Your prisons aren't exactly homely places to be. They're atrocious. It is unfortunate that your world has gone this far in this situation. But this can be avoided if you what's the best way? You bring down your anger. Meditation helps, but also to bring enlightenment into you, love into your soul. Many are angry all the time about not having enough money, love relationships, things of that sort, family turmoils, and anger just keeps building up like rocks. When you're in these situations, it's best to step away. As others said, go into nature. Swimming is good. Meditation is always the way out, but not for everyone. But if you're around drama, it's best just to step aside from it. Go for a walk. Let it burn out of you. Of course, that's not always the case. Sometimes when you do this, others go there to light your match and start you right back where you left off. And this is unfortunate. Even your children on your world go through this violence at a young age. These things can be avoided. At this time, your governments are, you could say, paying attention to us as we move into your energy, into your social gathering, you could say. They're observing us, we are observing them. They're seeing how many people are going to interact with us. Of course, that is up to you. Understand that you have the power over these systems. You do not have to give your power away. Right now, most of you are giving most do not even pay attention to them, and that's what they want. They want you to go into entertainment and things of that, and your drama, and forget about your government, and let them do whatever they want. And then, if you do care, you feel powerless, and that's what they want. What you must do is to connect to yourself. Connect to your own power. And your power will go on to others that will follow your lead. Of course, this isn't always, I know, skepticism all over the place with this. But it is true. If you have a peace of mind, others will have a peace of mind. If you are in a group, they will have your peace of mind, eventually, depending on who they are. If not, they will leave. Of course, I know with some drugs, you become mellow and things of that sort, and that is good, but to be fully connected to yourself is so important. To not be a victim. To not let these systems step on you as they are doing right now. And they're enjoying every minute of it. They're enjoying your sleep. And I say, wake up. Yes, you have a question for us.
Yes, I would like to speak with you about our prison system here in the United States.
Yes.
And it's much more geared towards not rehabilitation at all. Like there's no rehabilitation, hardly at all. And we see these people as monsters because that's what the system says to do.
Correct.
Could you give us any insight or any advice on how we could better assist those prisoners at this time?
Oh, one moment. To assist them, of course, the best way is to help them avoid the place completely. But those that are in this system, I know this is the normal. Send them love, send them understanding, I know. But also, it is quite controversial of what is happening. There's so much, the state governments, the federal governments has so much corruption. They want to keep the people there as animals. And there is some rehabilitation, some works, not all. Some do become writers, some even become lawyers. Some even become philosophers. Figure that one out. But yes, it is complicated.
Right, and it's more They use systems more as a big business. It's business.
Yes. One moment. I mean, the most way to fix this system is to go to where the federal governments are running it. Put your point of view out there. Your words are so powerful, even if they hear you. But of course, there's nothing wrong with speaking your mind and protesting how these prisoners are treated. That is one step.
Right. And a lot of times, these prisoners, they have the prison officers to contend with. They're often victimized by these officers and brutalized
Yes.
and kept down.
That is true. But to heal these places, to heal all of them, it's a collective. If you wish to heal this situation, your world must begin to pay more attention to it and send it love and positive intent. And you'd be surprised what your prayers would do to it, to unlock it from its situation, to give it hope of escaping its interlock, its control.
Mm.
You'd be surprised. At this time, that is the most useful information I can give to you. So basically, mostly on a higher scale, when you do your prayers, pray for those that are in your, what do they call them? They have another name for it. In your prison systems, let's just call it that.
Incarcerated.
That's it. But send them to your love, even if you not know them. Because realize that anybody can end up in there. You can still cause no crime. They will find a crime for you and put you in there.
Right.
Because there's so much sadness there. There's so much wounds there. Yes, many do leave there a better person, actually. But not all. And not enough. There is many lessons there, but sometimes it gets to be overkill. What else do you have?
Yes, I would like to address health issues here that are very prevalent in the United States. We have an epidemic of eating disorders or people who are overweight. There is this epidemic of very unhealthy connection with food, and a lot of that stems from media and our inability to access nutritious things for our bodies because of price, because of costs. Is there anything we can do that is affordable or accessible to more people when it comes to nutrition?
Realize that, of course, a vegetarian is the way to go for spirituality. Heavy foods such as pizzas and things of that sort are not helpful for your spiritual awakening. Of course, it's okay to dab here and there. But of course, if you cannot afford these, what do you say, organic? Yes, but even if you do not buy organic, even that has its issues. But even if you do not buy it, you can always put a blessing on your food and a positive intent that this will be healthy for you. That this will even help you lose weight. It'll help you cleanse your body of all these toxins. It's your intent that you put in what you eat. You can always do that on anything. Well, technically you can. But it depends on how much power you put into what you're doing. Most do not put that much power into it. So it's best just to eat what is better for you. But yes, understand that they make these large portions of food and big steaks and things like that to lower your vibration. That was all done intentionally, obviously. Pizza place on every corner to lower your vibration. Fast food everywhere. Even some of that has positive repercussions. Their food isn't all bad, but majority of it is most likely not going to help you. But to connect spiritually, eating less is the better, and to choose your food wisely. But to reach to these things, you must break out of the programming of your society, which is not always easy. And some, as children, are fed fatty foods and things of that sort. We completely disagree with that. It's just, it's like putting your child in a prison in some ways, a prison of mindset, and it's very hard for them to escape it because food helps them feel better, but as they get larger, it does not help.
Right. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
So you said you are very spiritual beings. Do you have any advice for us on how we could better become integrated with our higher multidimensional quantum selves?
Yes. Well, for the most part, is to have a few in a group that is, you can say, spiritually inclined. They know about spirituality. They know how to connect. They understand their spirit guides. They speak to their guides, things of that sort. For them, being in a group is very beneficial because they can spread their knowledge to those around them. Community is what is going to save your planet. To move it to the next level is community. To be isolation, which is understandable why some are in isolation, because they do not connect with society. But eventually this would end. Once, because many of them are spiritually connected, just not realize it. But that's not always the case, of course. But community is the way to go, to raise your energy into a galactic energy level where you can see and feel everything around you. When you're around several, your power gets together and turns into a bubble. You'd be surprised. But the more you do this, the better. Across your planet, understand there's many religions that have this function of getting together, but they are not connected to each other. They're like in cubicles, separated. They might think they are connected, but they are not. Can you imagine if all of them got together and just connected with love? It's like a circle of love. That would be very powerful, wouldn't it? And even those that do not understand all this will become immortal, you could say. Yes, go ahead.
No, I agree with you. Are there any specific emotional and energetic healing techniques that you can share with us?
Healing is the chakras. You can heal your chakras, all of them, with white energy, sunlight energy, moon energy, to cleanse your soul. Sea salt water is definitely helpful to cleanse your past, to wash away the negative. Warm water is always mostly helpful. There are several different ways, but you can even in meditation just within all your chakras, just light them all up with white light, moonlight, and sunlight to elevate, to align all of your chakras.
Right.
to cleanse them.
So is that a way for us to receive downloads? Is through the sun's energy, through the sun's light, and through the
That is,
moon?
yes, that is one way, yes. The
Right.
male energy is sun, female is moon. Is beneficial to have both.
Um, How big of a part has your race played within the human race throughout our inception here on Earth?
Yes, you could say we've been here forever. During your time of Atlantis, we were here, but before that, but we did not make ourselves known. We've been here ever since, assisting mostly with, I want to say, through government mostly, because that is the key of the world's control, and we most want to ease that control. It has been successful throughout time, but of course it's hard to see that. But you imagine it could be much worse, and yes, it has been, but it's like your weather. Many are working with your weather, and yes, it is still violent, but it could have been much worse. Your governments are the same way. Throughout your history, we have spoke to them on many occasions. Those are who are in the know, you say,
Mm-hmm.
all through time, forever. Mostly Europe and China. Yes, go ahead.
Are you allied with our government currently?
I am not individually, but some of us are, yes. It's discussing first contact, of course, and we're not getting a very good response from them. But we still talk to them anyway. They might give us a cold shoulder, but we still send them love, of course. We do not let their insults put us down, but some do. Some do get upset, but not all. Meaning our race.
Right.
Because all we want is to help your planet. We do not want to suppress it like they do. They're in for it for themselves. They don't care about the American people or your world people, let's put it that way. Which is unfortunate. There are some areas of governments that are becoming more people friendly. Japan is one of them. They are, you could say, the controls of their society has been lifted slightly, where their human rights is it's slightly improving. It might not be in your media, but it is slightly improving. You can say that's one of the reasons why they had that earthquake. One of them. Some time ago. Something like that.
How do your government systems work with your people?
Your governments work with our people?
Oh no, your government with
Our,
your people. Yeah.
ours with our people?
Yes.
We're a very loving race. We don't have, we have a council, but no one's in charge.
Right. So
we
it's
are all
more
in charge, let's put it that way. When I say no one's in charge.
right.
We are all in charge. We are all always discussing what is beneficial for your planet and us and other civilizations, because your world does affect other planets. Many star seeds are affected by it, and then they're affected by your world, and then they will reincarnate back home, and they're another person, and that affects their society. And it's not just a few; it's several.
Interesting.
Zetas have that. Many of the human characteristics of negativity goes back into the Zeta Grays, and then you get what you get with them.
Right, but couldn't you also say that a lot of the starseeds that go back have learned a lot of empathy and a lot of
Oh yes, they've learned so much, even about love. Understand, love here is so much different than it is on other planets. On other worlds, it is neutral, but here it's more romantic. It is very rare, more obsessive in some ways. A lot of worlds have lost that, and we are trying to re-remember it. Yahyel We love everyone. We do not obsess over anyone, but in your world, it is quite unique. There's nothing wrong with that. Obsession can be good and it can be bad, but it is, in small doses, can be beneficial. Which your literature has reported much of that. So many societies have forgotten what you have. So that's what makes you so interesting. Many societies have evolved so much where we are not as emotional. So we are trying to tap into what you have to help us become more like you in several ways. And so, without the violence, of course, and the drama. How can we have these things without that? We're still working on much of it.
Yeah, I think most of us are still working on that.
There are parts of your world that are, yes, there's much improving as for violence. It's just, of course, when there's a violent act, there are areas where it's very bad. Gang areas, Middle East. But it is improving in much. But yes, it can do much better, though. Anything else?
No, do you have any other messages you wish to share with us at this time?
Yes, the Galactic Federation of Light. We are an arm of this. We are part of several federations. So if I go through all this, that's not important to what we are connected with, but we are connected with them.
Mm-hmm.
They are planning many phases for your planet. Elohim is way ahead of us. You could say they're leading the charge, but we are still there assisting. Because the darkness here is at a cusp of it needs to end. You can almost feel it coming to an end in certain areas. But as for messages, you can say, yes, it is true. Parts of your skies are always filled with our ships, you can say. But let's put it this way. If you keep an eye on this, you will see a pattern. Just like you see crop circles. There's a pattern of how we are operating. Of course, that's not always easy to find because usually sightings are tampered with, some are not us, things of that order. But we do have a pattern of how we are doing this. You can say it's a song in the sky to raise your world's vibration,
right?
Raise you from where you are today.
Are there a lot here on the Earth assisting with this as well?
Yes, of course. Is there anything else before I leave?
No, that is all we have for you today. And thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you.
Many blessings to you.
Many blessings. There are many Weirans here at this time observing this communication. There is a possibility one will come in tomorrow, but they are thinking about it right now. Which is even funny. There's even a Zeta, which is not what our group is. That is fine. Everyone has a message. Everyone wishes to lift your world out of its threshold. For those who are in depression and anger, realize music is your friend. Positive music. That can cure your ailments. Positivity is where you want to put your life. We understand that negative war music is beneficial in some areas. But if you are in a deep depression, you'd be surprised what light music can do for you. even sounds of the sea, can cleanse your soul. It might not always help you escape this, but at least help you find a way out. Blessings.
Much love to you.
Greetings. Okay. Okay, that's it for now. If there's anything else, we'll post maybe daily or we'll see how it goes. Blessings to you.